Hi friends, how are you guys today? This is going to be a reading regarding your upcoming week. We're going to be going over the next 7 days. I heard the quiet before the storm. I just took a Reiki class today, so my energy feels very grounded. I don't think I've ever been able to focus this much within a meditation. Everything just feels very calm. I was guided to start with our Oracle deck today. A card just popped out. If your mindset is fixed, try to free yourself from that. Rise above it. Don't place limitations on what you think you can achieve. Don't stand in your own way. Allow yourself to flourish in all the ways. Welcome abundance in all forms in your life. And abundance means a lot of things. Abundance of love, abundance of prosperity, abundance of positivity, abundance of peace. Don't be in opposition of the very things that you're asking for. Allow them to flow to you. Today is the full moon. And I don't know, everything for me personally right now feels very divinely guided. When I booked that Reiki class, I didn't even realize, I was not cognizant that it was going to be on the same day as the full moon, but I think it was for a very specific reason, because I needed the assistance of that full moon energy to release whatever residual things were blocking my heart chakra. I feel like it was a very releasing experience for me. It's been a very releasing sort of day. I fasted for 72 hours in preparation of it, and I just feel like even that was just a big release in a way. And I feel like stepping into this new month on the first day of February, I just feel very grateful and very ready for whatever this month has to take on. And I feel like there could be something significant about just spending today clearing your energy, entertaining your inner child, writing down what needs to be released, and releasing it, and truly releasing it. Accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes us easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will open unexpectedly. Be ready. So yeah, back to what I said about the calm before the storm. You can be in this energy and have been in this energy of a waiting period for quite some time, starting back in 2022, 2024. I guess I said that for a reason. 2022, 2024, and 2025 could have been very significant periods for you. Different things could have been happening there. You also could have gotten premonitions about certain things that you feel like you're supposed to be doing. And now is the time where the excuses are going to fade away and you're going to be able to have more time or more energy. I feel like just the divine support in order to do it. Because sometimes it's not even the time or the energy. It's that we literally need help from like the astral realm in order to guide and support us in what we're looking to do, because a lot of it can be very hard, especially if you're doing it alone, especially if you're going through this process of having to release certain people from your life. Sorry. Could be having a little throat chakra clearing today. You could be in a state of fear of embracing these new opportunities because you don't want to lose the few people that are around you, which I completely understand. Thank you, Spirit. We got the Three of Wands. Yeah, this energy of knowing the path that you've been chosen for, but feeling like very nostalgic at this time. Feeling like you are leaving some people behind. I'm drawn to how he's like grasping his heart. They could be guilt tripping you. You could be wanting to leave. I'm drawn to how he's in a boat on water. You could be wanting to leave, you could be wanting to move, you could be wanting to go somewhere, and you could have a lot of resistance, not even within yourself, but from the people around you. And sometimes when we're around certain energies, we pick up on that energetically, and it feels like ours, but it's not really ours, it's theirs. That they're projecting so much onto you that it makes you very fearful to step into these decisions that you really want to make for yourself. I feel like I was going to burp, but could not. Thank you, Spirit. Got the Queen of Cups. A lot here about water. Traveling overseas, moving overseas, or just moving near a body of water. You could possibly be living in a colder state and want to just move somewhere warmer. I'm drawn to this dolphin. I was speaking to this lady that was next to me in my class, and animals came up, and she was speaking about how, like, we were talking about vibrations and how vibrationally high we can get, and how dolphins have, like, they vibrate the highest. I believe she said something like 1,000 megahertz. Don't quote me on that. But that they do vibrate very high, and you know how we're not necessarily allowed to interact with them. And all of that kind of makes sense that they vibrate that high and they can communicate certain things to us. So you may have a connection with animals. You may just be like very just individualistic. The path that you're chosen to, or that you have chose to go on, could be a very individualistic path. No one around you is likely doing the things that you're doing or interested in the things that you're doing. And so I think the hardest part for you right now is battling with this loss of community. But when you follow what's meant for you, you're going to reach fulfillment on all levels. That's one thing I have experienced a lot lately, is like a healing with my relationship with women through dance, through the dance class that I've signed up for and been taking like the last almost a year now. And I love that group of women and how much we support each other and how much we care for each other. And also through this Reiki class, it was just like, there are people that vibrate at the same level as you, that are interested in the same things as you, that can give you a very fulfilling relationship outside of the people that you've always known. You just kind of have to put yourself out there in those spaces. Don't let your fear keep you sad. And if you want to move, move. Move. And understand that when you do what you're meant to do, everything you need is going to be provided for you. The money, the resources, the help, whatever you need in order to make it happen is going to be provided for you. But it's you trusting yourself, it's you trusting your higher self, and it's you trusting this path that you have chosen before you ever even got here. And knowing that if you follow it to where you're supposed to go, you're going to get to where you're supposed to be. We got the Sun. When you do this, it's going to be very emotionally fulfilling. It's going to be very emotionally fulfilling. And you may not feel like you have like support and community in the physical realm, but you definitely do in like the astral realm. When I was in my Reiki session, I had this imagery of some sort of being kissing me on my third eye. And saying, you know, the love that you've been looking for is inside you. And it was just, the entire thing was just a very cathartic experience. But there are energies all around us. And if you want just a better, if you have like a more logical mind, and it's hard for you sometimes to find faith in spirituality. And I know that on my journey sometimes it has been. That's why religion is not my thing, because there's too many holes in it. But if you are into quantum physics or interested in it, it really helps you bring in like a very grounded scientific perspective to like understand exactly how our world works and how we are 99.99% energy, and we're whatever 0.000 something 9 matter. Like such a small minute amount of us is actually physical. The rest of us is energetic, it's spiritual. So when you're feeling like in this very lonely and kind of blocked off space, meditate and tune into your own energy. Everything you need to heal and support yourself is within you. That's another thing that was said to me during that meditation, is that you are the love that you've been waiting for. I have a partner and I'm in a wonderful relationship. But that nobody can love you more than you can love yourself. Nobody can care for you more than you can care for yourself. You have to do that first. And if you're seeking love and validation and acceptance for other people, from other people, they're not going to give it to you. It's not their job to give it to you. But with anything in life, the more you chase, the further it gets away from you. And I feel like that's significant. That could be something that you're struggling with right now. Especially with this, like, I forget if the solar plexus, I believe it's yellow. That's what I get from this card, though, and was drawn to his yellow shirt, this solar plexus energy, this confidence energy. And you could have been trying to work on your confidence for quite some time, but there could have been some major blows to your self-esteem, some reoccurring thoughts, some things that people have said to you that kind of replay in your mind. And then you attract experiences that validate this sort of self-perception that you have about yourself, that you're not capable, or that you're not worthy, or that you're not strong enough, or that you're not smart enough to do the things that you want to do. But you are. And you believing that is the first and really the only step. Because once you believe it, or even get, I feel like, even a portion of a grasp on it, you start doing stuff and it starts snowballing, and you start gaining more confidence in yourself, and you're like, oh my God, I can literally do anything that I put my mind to. And then you're limitless. You're in this limitless sort of energy. And so you just have to get over this cusp of feeling like the things that you are experiencing outside of yourself are in relation to who you are, what you deserve. People treating you bad is not in relation to who you are, what you deserve. Most people treat their own selves like shit. So how are they going to be able to show up for you in any real way, or offer you a pure form of love, when they don't know how to extend that to themselves? This is a card that I seen before I started this reading, was King of Swords. It's King of Swords energy. And you could have had a lot of people that, like, you love hard. And sometimes when you love hard, it feels like a burden more than it does a gift. Because sometimes this world that we live in, a lot of times this world that we live in is like very cold, very hostile. And a lot of people see kindness and this, you really operate from this sort of open heart space, even if you've been through experiences that should have closed this off. And so it can leave you feeling like, again, like there's something wrong with you. Because you know how loving you are. You know how hard you go for the people that you care about. But the fact that no one shows up for you when you call, no one answers when you call, No one checks on you when you're down and they know that you're down. It could really be, again, there's something here about you taking the way that you've been treated by other people and infusing it with your identity. And it's making you convince yourself that something is wrong with you because they refuse to treat you right. Whether this is a partner, whether this is family, siblings, friends. But respectfully, okay? Let them go. Let them go. Who are they to tell you who you are? To judge you? To not love you? You gotta ask yourself why. Why does that opinion even matter? Who are they? Are they living a perfect life? What makes them above you in your mind? Besides the pedestal that they put themselves on. We got the Ten of Wands. Use this full moon energy. It lingers for a couple days after. Do meditations. I don't want this to feel like work though. And this is what I felt in the other reading. Like, it does not need to feel like work. You likely work very hard on your self-awareness and your spirituality and your healing. You don't need to work on it. You just need to allow it to flow. When you grab that pen and paper, allow whatever needs to flow to flow. Face your shadows. You may be very resistant to journaling because you don't want to sit there and really think through what you need to think through. But if you keep running from it, it's going to keep chasing you. Or like I said earlier, really, if you keep running away from this healing, it's going to keep running away from you. Only you can heal yourself. And so you owe it to yourself to bury what's been holding on to you, and what you've been holding on to. And releasing this energy so that you can heighten your intuition, so that you can open up this crown chakra, so that you can open up your heart chakra, so that you can heal your solar plexus and that sacral energy. That's what's so significant about this card being fall too, because fall is when it's when the trees are the strongest because they shed the weight of the leaves. And so it's time for you to shed the dead weight. It's time for you to understand that internally you are in this season of fall and you're going through this transition, and it's time for you to shed the dead weight with impunity. And it'll get easier, but you got to do it first. You got to do it first. I'm going to pull, I'm drawn to this deck, so I'm gonna pull from this deck. 2 cards from this deck. What does collective need to know? What does collective need to hear? Again with the 3 energy. I believe this is the Empress. The Empress card. I'm getting the birth of a new idea, but I'm also getting receive. Again, you may have been in this energy of give, give, give. I also got earlier that you could be very fixated on being like, you could be conditioned to be nice instead of kind. So you give, 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 give way more than you should, way more than what is even comfortable to you, because you gain validation from offering something, which I resonate with deeply. I understand that. But it's very important that you settle into this energy of receive. Because sometimes we'll ask, but then people will come along and they'll offer us something. We're like, no, I'll figure it out myself. Like, and you can't. That's an opposition of the energy that you're asking for. So you got to get grounded and comfortable in this energy of receiving. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, the money is coming in. And something about this green energy, this heart chakra energy, is what's going to bring it in. You operating from your heart. The very thing that has felt like a disadvantage to you is going to be the very thing that's going to change your entire life. Is you being radically loving. Do you see how rare that is? Like, we need that. We need that. You owe it to yourself. And when we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the collective. Sturdy. A strong foundation is key to success. Are you feeling uncertain about something? Focus on building a solid base in whatever you're working on. It will provide long-term stability. Just trust. Just trust. Trust yourself. Trust what you know internally you are meant to do, what you were sent here to do, what you chose this life for. But everything is going to work out in your favor. You just have to trust yourself. That's it. Everything you need is within you. And everything you need to heal is within you. Yeah, I love you so much. I send you off with all the love in the world. If you like this content, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I send you off with love. Good night.